Welcome to my new show. I am Felicia Mabuza-Suttle. We are recording our first episode of Conversations with Women Over 60. We have talked about so much already, but in this invisible age, as they call us, let's talk about dating and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
How do you get your groove back, or do you have your groove back? You know that movie, Stella got her groove back. How do you get your mojo back? Cher got her mojo back at 77.
I got mine back.
You have it? Mm-hmm. Girl, send me some of the stuff you use.
So.
because I'm like,
I know, right?
Hello, good night, bye.
No, so I got divorced when I was, 66. And then I moved, and then I met a new guy.
Ooh.
And he's super cute. And older than me. Wow. So, so he's
He has his group and he's older than you?
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting? Men are never tired. We have headaches and we're tired half the time. They are ready.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. It's really amazing.
Okay, now I can see you all getting shy.
I'm not shy. I'm Scorpio. I just want other people to talk.
Yeah, and I wish I was married for 34 years. Very, very difficult marriage to a Mallorcan guy. And after that, I've just enjoyed my independence so much because he was very controlling. It was very difficult. I've just enjoyed my independence for quite a few years. But no, I wouldn't mind dating someone. But, the guys I see, I like them younger than me, and that's difficult.
Younger?
Younger than me, I would prefer, if possible. But that's not so easy.
What do you talk to them about? I don't know what Cher talks to them.
They don't talk.
They just work.
Yeah. My husband is I'm 16 years older than him, and we've been married for 16 years. He's a hot Italian from Rome, and we still keep it hot because we are we basically met at a Buddhist meeting. So I chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo like Tina Turner. There's that same kind of Buddhism. And he had written down all the qualities he wanted in a woman.
Ooh.
And when he was in Italy, I had written down all the I was in New York, and I wrote down all the qualities because I looked young, I kept meeting younger and younger. And when it got to like 18-year-old guys asking me out for a date, I was like, okay, I got to face my stuff. And I wrote down all the qualities I wanted in a man.
What are they?
I wanted to have somebody that was sexy, inside and out, drug-free, healthy, ambitious, would be my best friend. We would have a great sense of humor. He would have loyalty, many things. I still have the list, a long list. But then I kept meditating on what else do I want? And so for 6 months, I learned about myself. And I learned that I wanted romance. I didn't realize. I found out things about myself. And then I realized that when action started, when a man approached me, the doors of my heart were like, bang, closed, like a safe with a wheel on it, like that safe is not opening. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to work on myself. I'll do the work. I'll work on myself to become the type of woman that can be open and not fear a relationship. And 5 days later, I met Marco, and who is 16 years younger than me. Heart was open, everything on my list. And he had his list. He wanted a girl that spoke great English. He's a producer, DJ, and he loves hip-hop music, so he wanted a black wife. He wrote everything on his list. And 16 years later, like right now, we're between Miami and Mallorca. He's in Miami for the season, but we are like we just met. Because one of the things we said we would do when we first met each other is we would never swear, never use the F word.
Girl, give me.
Yes,
that way.
No swearing. So instead of the F word, we use fluffy pillow. And instead of saying the B word, if you wanted to say, that word, say peaches. Ooh. So, of course, who wants to say those words? So 16 years later, we just never, ever, if we fight, ever go there. So again, for me, it's about energy. It's like if you feel sexy and you keep yourself sexy, like I love that show, Frankie and Grace, or Grace and Frankie, like get yourself a vibrator if you need it, know how to pleasure yourself. That's life, right? Find out your sexuality as you get older. Because we're told not to talk about that. And everybody's doing it, and we're not supposed to talk about it.
Yeah.
But
Lordy.
it's an education. Anyway, I'm a Scorpio. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, again, it's all about the power of thought, you know?
Yeah.
You're very positive about it.
I know.
And if you just do that and you write out the guy that you want, that guy approaches you. Yeah.
Well, I've done that many times.
My
My
boyfriend,
Never say never, still time.
my
Use a different
boyfriends have
pen.
always been younger. Yeah.
Use a different pen.
Yeah,
Get some different paper.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like you, you know, I would like somebody younger as well. I don't have a partner at the moment. And men of my age, I'm 73, they just don't attract me, you know?
same.
So why would I want to, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm healthy. I go to the gym. I work out. I sing. I dance. I walk. I would like to have somebody, you know, the same, doing the same things and growing on a spiritual path as well. You know that we've got things in common in that.
So
in that
Cher
way.
is on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's doing the right.
Why
thing.
not?
Well, whilst we're talking about that, moving on, let's talk about beauty.
Oh, beauty.
I told you I use oil of delay.
And it notices.
Yeah, oil of delay. So, how do you keep the wrinkles away? Do you have to keep them away? Makeup, etc. I don't leave home without it. It's like American Express card. In fact, I don't even leave my room without it because I have to see myself in the mirror, and that's how I feel. Makeup is like my armor. It's like my uniform that I wear to face the world. And lipstick is my badge of courage. I will have everything away, but put that lipstick on. It's my badge of courage. And I tell you what happened. I went to the gym and I had my makeup on. Thank God I did. And when I got to the gym door, this young man walks out and I was on the phone and he heard my voice and he turned, he said, Felicia. He was all the way from South Africa. And then he says, are you coming to the gym? I said, yes. He says, makeup and all? I said, yes. He says, oh, let's take a picture. I said, see, if I didn't have my makeup on, you'd be going to South Africa saying, look how bad she looks now. No, I want them to see me the same way.
Yeah.
I'm even scared to go back home because I feel I've aged a little too much post-COVID, and it's not the image that they knew, which is not the right thing to have, the right frame of mind. But talk to me about this.
You know what?
makeup
I
thing.
feel exactly the same way.
Yeah, me too.
Although this is the first time I've worn makeup in months. And it was like, oh my gosh, am I putting it on right? And, you know, this kind of thing. But I'm super image conscious because I've always been in the public eye. And it's very hard for me to, you know, have someone look past me. I'm used to being looked at.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm used to being looked at and taken seriously. And when I feel like I'm not, I get kind of mad. You know, it's like, what's the matter with you? Well, you don't get it.
Why can't you see what I see in the mirror?
Yeah. And, you know, sometimes I look in the mirror and I go, oh, dear God. But then, you know, other days I'm like pretty good. Mm-hmm. But it takes a lot more. It takes a lot more time now than it did when I was, you know, in my 40s.
Of course.
I mean, it's a lot more,
Yeah.
like, get
Pamela
eyelashes
Anderson,
done.
for example, Pamela Anderson, 56 years old, went to is it Fashion Week? Yeah. And the internet went wild. She didn't have makeup on. I can imagine me without makeup. Lord, I don't like what I see.
She didn't look that great.
No.
She did not look great? That's what you say?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it. You said Madonna?
Well, actually, you were going to say something.
Yeah. No, what I was going to say is that maybe it's the glasses, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I see beauty in older women. like real beauty. And it's not physical beauty. It's some kind of, I don't know what it is. And their faces really attract me. In fact, if I were a photographer, I'd love to photograph older men and older women because I just think they look wonderful. There's so much character in their face.
I know what's her name, Iris Apfel. She is my fashion icon, and these glasses remind me of her.
Yeah. And you look at people's eyes, older people's eyes, and they're just full of beauty and full of wisdom. And
I think that the women that are really beautiful now, the women who've got wrinkles.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because some of the
I'm
other...
thinking about going to do a facelift, and you guys are talking
but
wrinkles.
some of those facelifts are just, my goodness, it's just horrendous,
Yeah.
These big lips and they just don't look like normal women, And I think people appreciate when they see us that we've still got our wrinkles. So we've got our wrinkles,
Okay.
and we are aging gracefully.
Okay.
And, although I'm working with age reversal, so
Kicking and screaming.
For me, I've never really liked I've never really liked the feeling of makeup on my face, to be honest with you. So my whole thing was, as an artist and a performer, is there's two sides. There's Sid, that's a tomboy.
Yeah.
I actually like not wearing makeup, like sweats. And then there's when I had to be on stage, wigs, lashes, and everything. So there, when I did a gig last week, and then as soon as I have to come off, I'm like, I got to get it off. But, maybe I'm in denial in some aspects, because sometimes, like recently, when I'm tired, I'm like, Sid, you got to put like something on there. You know what I mean? Because when you were younger, you could just rush out like that. And most of the time I don't, but like you need to like put some mascara on or something, or a little bit of lipstick. So for me, again, it comes to getting older. For me is like being inside my skin. What's my relationship with me? That's the hardest thing. That's the work, So I've thought about this, as I get older, I want to first of all, feel beautiful inside. This is what I want. I'm not there yet, I'm not saying that. But I want to feel beautiful inside. Because I think that does...
radiates outside.
that it does radiate outside. And like you're saying, like, whether we've spoke about it before, people want to do plastic surgery. I'm totally respect that. It's not something that I want to do. And I prefer to... there are certain actresses and people, like women in particular, that are just absolutely gorgeous and stunning, just going into themselves. And it's this light inside,
Yes.
What about the Madonna thing? I mean, we had this talk about Madonna earlier, and you said...
I was saying that what's always peed me off for years, that's why I love the fact that you're doing this conversation and that I can get it out. I'm not particularly musically a Madonna fan, but I respect her as an artist. So, I'm an 80s artist as well. And watching her, through her career, and then now she's getting older, to me, she's always been the same. She did that book Sex, where she was naked and she's outspoken. She's always been like that. So now, when she gets older, I start to see even some of her fans like, oh, she's disgusting. She should dress her age. I'm not talking about the plastic surgery. I'm just talking about how people report on her age. Oh, she should act her age. You should dress according to your age, and she shouldn't be doing this. And that's where I saw, when we're talking about men who can... is it Tony Randall, that actor from the old days that has a 20-year-old old enough to be his daughter, and they're like, yeah, what a man, what a silver fox. But when it's a woman, it's like, oh, she has to, dress like, no. And that's always infuriated me. I'm like, leave the girl alone. She's doing she hasn't changed her personality. Why should she change her personality now she's 60 years old?
I agree.
And that's just my feeling on it. And it's a different thing from the plastic surgery aspect, just to how society... reacts, and a lot of women they buy into that, and then the young women buy into that.
That's the problem.
And that's why
that's a real problem.
Young women buy into that, and it stifles their expression. Do you know what I mean? And it stifles. I really feel that. I feel with the voice. I'm about the voice, about people expressing their voice, whether they're singing or speaking, letting it come through them. And the same thing for women. And I feel that these things I feel like it's abuse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel
I mean, a woman has to have the right to be exactly the way she wants to be, whatever age she is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is
You know,
true.
it doesn't matter. You're
That is
older,
true.
you're young, you want to be this way, that way. We
The
have
thing
to
is,
have the right.
why do we do this? Is it just for ourselves, or because we want to feel attractive to men? We want to attract a partner?
But the truth is, men are also doing it. I mean,
nowadays they are, yes.
I mean, I know a couple of men who are Botoxing. I know a couple of men who kind of did a tummy tuck, which I did after my 2 girls, because, man, I could not get rid of that tummy. So I had to go and get that tummy tuck. Some of them are doing what I call adding some ATM backside, and you know why I call it ATM?
Yeah.
African trademark, which we have naturally. So
the Botox too.
Yeah.
we have them, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is quite interesting. But you said you don't like the fact that Madonna.
Yeah, I think I respect her as an artist.
Yeah.
I've never been crazy about her voice, although I've come up through the ranks with her. I mean, age-wise, and, back in New York, and I just, she's younger than I am. And I think that she has done too much on her face. I mean, it's just, sometimes I think that, I want to look good. And so, I'm going to do a little filler here, a little this and a little nip and tuck and that kind of stuff. But, there's a point where you kind of go, okay, do I look like myself anymore? Yeah. And I think that's the key with her. I don't think she looks like herself anymore.
I agree. I agree.
And that's the only thing I disagree with how she has changed completely.
So many actresses, like living in Miami, for instance, that's the normal. Like the men, everything. It's very unusual to see somebody with a natural body over there. It just really is. Yeah. So and the women, and they just feel like if they pump it up here and pump it up there, it moves their career or.
But I think it's all down to self-esteem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lack of confidence in yourself.
So no confidence in yourself. So if you love yourself...
Well, it looks like 80% of the world suffers from self-esteem.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
totally.
only 20%.
Totally.
So the 20% find themselves overpowered. But as we're about to close out the segment, I would like to ask, what games Mother never taught you? What can we teach young women? What do you think young women should get out of all of this? Let me give you an example. A 47-year-old maintains, how do I maintain a sense of purpose and passion as I get older?
Well, I'm sort of going round to what we were talking about before and what you're talking
Go
about.
ahead, okay, finish it
Because,
off.
because I do think that, beauty, somebody who's born beautiful, who's lucky enough to be beautiful. I mean, we're all beautiful here.
Yeah.
But beauty, it's very, very difficult to let go of. You're born beautiful and you're very attractive, and everyone is, boyfriends here, there, and everywhere. And to actually, I think you said it, or somebody said it, to actually feel at some stage, crikey, I'm actually not that beautiful anymore. Like, that's the real life lesson, particularly women, because again, men, they just get more and more attractive, don't they, as they get older, unless they put on weight and get a big beer belly, but if they
I know you look
keep
at
a good
programs
figure.
like 60 Minutes, they still have guys who look like they're about to drop on set, and
Yeah.
the women are moved all the time.
You see, so it's very, very hard for a woman to accept that beauty is actually fading, and that's really what's given rise to the whole industry. The industry of I'll change my nose, I'll change my chin, I'll change my this, I'll change my
But
that.
there's, in a sense, I'm not, if someone, is born with a nose that is just really terrible for them, and they want to change it, I have no problem with that.
No,
I think with young girls, especially like the women in their 20s and 30s, getting Botox, getting, injections, getting things to change the shape of their faces or their lips or their eyes, that I think is a little strange. I think it's,
But is it fine for older women to do it?
oh, hell yeah.
Huh?
Oh, heck yeah.
I think so too.
I think so.
I'm gonna
Whatever
get
gets
some.
you through the night, as they say.
I'm going to get that. But anyway, let's wrap it up right now. But I would like us to just give each one a quick lesson to young women, so we're going to help them navigate their path a little easier. As I said, a 47-year-old wanted to know, how do I maintain my purpose and passion as I get older?
Well, I would like to say something here, something which my mother never told me and I wish she had. And is it not to rush into relationships, especially relationships that don't let you grow as a person, that don't let you have your space, that don't let you develop in any way, like that don't let you be as you truly are. And I think we should tell young women that, especially because it can ruin your life totally if you get into that kind of relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the next question is, the older we get, the closer we are dying, says a 54-year-old.
In a way, we do vanish. And the very reason we vanish is because we give away our own power. Because when we feel beautiful, we feel powerful. You see, everything is possible because we're beautiful. But once we lose our power, we begin to lose our beauty, should I say. We begin to lose our own power and sort of give it away, which is a shame.
This is a really important point, and that's what I would tell a young person, is to just work on your relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
How do you feel about yourself? Do you know what I mean? That relationship with yourself, because with the social media, everything outside, it's pulling everybody outside. How do I feel about myself? And the weaknesses, treat them with unconditional love. Allow yourself to make mistakes, you know? Life's a journey. We're all getting older. Babies are getting older.
Even babies.
As soon as they're born, they're getting older. That's the way I see
The
it.
biggest lesson?
I would say to all young girls and all young women, don't be so hard on yourselves.
Yeah.
Don't be so hard on yourselves.
But the world is hard on them, so...
Well, they're the boss.
They're the boss of
They have
themselves.
to take their power, you know. Don't be so hard on yourselves.
I would just like to add to that is that, as far as I'm concerned, the most important thing to do is the way they're eating. Because we are what we eat. So depending on what we eat, it depends on how we create the thoughts in our mind. And at the moment,
Oh my gosh, I had fish and chips.
Yeah, okay. So
Delicious.
do you want me to go there? Because, everything is so contaminated at the moment.
Ooh.
And genetically manipulated. And the fish are eating plastic. And
mercury.
And they're just not eating. And now they're injecting the food with all kinds of genetically modified foods and fruits and vegetables. So it's really,
I'm in trouble.
so the more healthy food that the young people can eat, this will help their mind. While they're eating the junk food, this is just keeping their mind totally subdued. They don't want healthy people and brainy people and intelligent people out there. And this is what they're doing with the junk food, all these junk places, And so that would be my thought. Go for healthy food, go for organic, make sure it's got certified organic. And that way the young people will just change their minds. The minds change when we go for this healthy food.
Do you know, you just said that and my stomach started feeling funny from my fish and chips. I mean, this is interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah, it's very important
And maybe
to know.
that's why I could not think quite clearly right now. It's the fish and chips that I had for lunch right now. But anyway, I'd love to thank you all for coming and sharing your wisdom. And as I said, this has been the best therapy session for me. On a personal note, I have to go and find my purpose, pursue it with passion, and prosperity will follow. And by prosperity, I don't mean money. I mean richness. Richness. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.